I can't tell if the bucket on my head is doing anything. But I said it wasn't coming off if the Blue Jays started hitting the ball. You know what? They scored 10 runs today. And the Blue Jays continue to rake on Sundays. James, what are you talking about? Well, the Jays have scored double-digit runs their last 3 Sundays. 13-1 against the Red Sox, 11-4 against the Cubs, and today, 10-3 over the Cincinnati Reds. It is weird how this team offensive woes has been at the forefront, but every Sunday recently, they've figured it out and found a way to get it done. And today was the long ball. Hunter Green got the start for the Cincinnati Reds. Hyunjin Ryu got the ball for the Blue Jays. 2 very different types of pitchers. And the soft-throwing lefty was significantly better than Hunter Green today. Man, Hunter Green got teed off on by the Blue Jays. The attack of look fastball, react breaking ball was there. And they attacked. They attacked him in all cylinders. Bo Bichette starting off the first inning with a triple, a 1-out triple, and you're like, oh, it's so nice to have him back. Brandon Belt comes up, hits a ground ball to third. It's an error by the third baseman. Bo comes in to score. Jays lead at 1-0. Awesome stuff. Great vibes are flowing. We go to the top half of the second inning with Danny Jansen on. He had a double. Kevin Kiermaier comes up, and he hits a high booming drive to right field, and it's gone! Kevin Kiermaier, 6th home run of the year. And the Blue Jays lead it now 3-0. Awesome! Whit Merrifield that gets on base. Brandon Belt comes up. And he hits one deep to right field, and it goes off the top of the wall, and they had to review it, but it's gone! It's a home run for Brandon Belt, and the Blue Jays with two-run shots. And they lead it 5-0 in the second inning. Where has this offense been? Is it Bo Bichette coming back and lighting a spark with this team? I don't know. We'll see in the next series against the Orioles if that continues, or if this is just the Cincinnati Reds pitching staff not being great and the Blue Jays finally capitalizing on it. And in the bottom half of the second inning, things get hairy. Right? Matt Chapman rifles a ball into right field, scoring 2 runs. Then Vladdy commits the error at first, and we're like, oh, God, it's unraveling. They've scored 2 runs. It's 5-2. Oh, and it's not looking pretty. They get out of the inning. They don't score anymore until obviously the latter half of the game. But in the top of the 4th, Bo Bichette comes up, drills one to right field, and it's gone! A triple and a home run for Bo Bichette. It is so beautiful to have that man back in the lineup, and the Blue Jays get one of those runs back. It is now 6-2. Then Brandon Belt comes up, and he drills one to left field, and it's gone. Back-to-back jacks for the Toronto Blue Jays, and they get both their runs back. It is now 7-2 Blue Jays. They're back to being up by 5. Vladdy gets on base, and George Springer comes up to the dish. And he gets like a change-up slider that doesn't move very much, down and in, and he drills it to left field, and it's gone! What is happening with this team? They can't score runs forever, and now they got 4 home runs to this point. Or no, 5 home runs in the first 4 innings of this game, and now you lead 9-2. Big time inning for the Blue Jays. They desperately needed that, and that put everything in cruise control. Hyunjin Ryu settled down and was really good the rest of his outing through 5 innings. Bottom of the 7th inning, Tyler Stevenson is a solo shot off of Bowden Francis, but it's a fastball down the middle, kabang. Top of the 9th inning, though, Danny Jansen bounces a single up the middle for a base hit, scoring Dalton Varsho, who got on base 3 times. One was an error, but got on base 3 times today, walked twice, so a good day in the office for Dalton again. And the Blue Jays win it 10-3. The offense was beautiful. Let's go through the stats, shall we? Whit Merrifield only 1 for 6, but Bo Bichette, another multi-hit game for him. 2 for 5 with 2 runs scored. Actually, he only had 1 hit yesterday, right? Bo Bichette? Hold on. Let me just make that clear. 1 for yesterday, 1 for 5 yesterday. But he went 2 for 5 today, scored 2 runs, RBI, obviously the home run that he hit. Great to see him back. Oh, it's beautiful. Brandon Belt, 2 for 5, 2 runs scored, 3 RBIs, 2 home runs. Vladdy went 1 for 2 with the runs scored and walked once. George Springer, 2 for 4 with a run scored, an RBI. 2 RBIs, a run scored, and obviously on the home run that he hit, he also walked once as well, so a good day for George. Dalton Varsho, 1 for 3 with a run scored, and he walked twice. He got on base 3 of the 4 times Dalton Varsho came to the dish. No, 3 of the 5 times, excuse me. Good day in the office yet again for Dalton Varsho. Danny Jansen, 2 for 5 with a run scored, an RBI, and Matt Chapman with the 0 for 5 with a strikeout. Yeah, his struggles continue. They really are, but hitting him in the 7 hole, that's fine. And isn't it crazy what this Jays lineup looks like once they're fully healthy? It's insane. It's absolutely insane. You trust Witt at the top of the lineup. You love Bo. We've gotten to a point where we really trust Brandon Bell. A multi-homer game for him today. He's been outstanding all year long. And OBP of 372. Like, yeah, sign me up, right? Vladdy, overall, you're going to trust him. Is he having a down year to his standards? Yes, he is. But do you trust him overall? Yes. Springer, I'll always trust George. Dalton Varsho's getting to that point where you kind of do trust him. I mean, he's like I said, he's gone on base quite a bit recently. Danny Jansen, we all trust DJ. If you don't trust Danny Jansen, you haven't been watching the Blue Jays this year. And just like that, that's like 7 of your 9 guys. It's incredible. Remember last week, the Philly game, I was at that game, like your 5 through 9 hitters all at OPS is under 700, and it was painful to look at. And now you get Springer back in the lineup, right? You get Bo back in the lineup. You get Jansen back in the lineup. It's insane what it can do to a lineup. It really can be. 12 hits for the Blue Jays today. Obviously not 10 runs scored. They struck out 6 times, but they walked 4 times. Great stuff there from the Toronto Blue Jays offensively. They desperately needed it. Can they build on it? It's been the story all year long. They give you a couple of games where they reel you in with the hope, and they yank it real quick underneath you. So we'll see how it plays out against Baltimore, and Baltimore starting Tuesday. But Hyunjin Ryu got the start, and yet again, a phenomenal outing. 5 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs. None of them were earned. 7 strikeouts for Hyunjin Ryu and a walk. And I talked about it in yesterday's video. I had a feeling the matchup between the Ryu and the Reds would be a really good one for the Blue Jays because, again, Ryu very similar to Chris Bassett in the sense that they don't throw very hard, but they are pinpoint accurate, and they'll throw you the kitchen sink. My God, when we're watching Bassett throw 69, 70 mile an hour breaking balls, and Ryu's like, hold my beer, here's 65. Try and hit it. And they couldn't do it today. You do that to a young hitting team, it'll throw them right off. And it did today. 5 innings, 4 hits, like I said, no earned runs, 7 Ks, walked 1. Outstanding yet again for Hyunjin Ryu. He's been really, I think he doesn't have an earned run in 3 starts. He's been very good. Genesis Cabrera continues his Blue Jays dominance. He goes an inning, allows a hit, gets a strikeout, nothing more. Great job for him. Bowden Francis goes 3 innings, and really nice because then you have the off day as well. So very rested heading into that Baltimore series. 3 innings, 2 hits allowed. One was a solo shot to Tyler Stevenson, but did have 4 strikeouts, and he had his breaking ball working today. So Bowden Francis overall, good outing for him. And more importantly, the Blue Jays win the game. They win the series, and look at how crazy the standings are right now, right? With Seattle completing the sweep of the Houston Astros, which is bananas. Seattle is only half a game back of Houston. But they're also only half a game up on the Blue Jays. You know what that means? There are 3 teams, the Astros, the Blue Jays, and the Mariners, that are all separated by 1 game. That's nuts. It is going to be a bloodbath finish. The Red Sox are, they're going to be, I think, hold on a minute. They're going to be, 2 back of the Blue Jays? 2.5 back of the Blue Jays if they can close this one out against the Yankees at 6-5. Yankees got 2 on and 2 out. But with that, even if they win, they're 2.5 back of the Blue Jays. We're doing our job. You got to do your job. You do that, you're forcing everybody else to win. And that's what the Mariners have been doing, right? They've been winning games, forcing the Blue Jays to stay packed and win ball games, which they haven't done consistently. And that's why they're now ahead of the Blue Jays by half a game. Now, we turn our focus to Baltimore. And all my Orioles fans, first off, I love all of you. I mean, you guys have been so good to the page. The subscriber jump, and my God, we're under 200 away. It's insane. It's wild to even think about that we're at this point. But with the Orioles, we're going into Camden Yards for the final time this year. Yusei Kikuchi and Grayson Rodriguez. See, last time the Blue Jays faced Grayson Rodriguez, he had like a 6.5, 6.15 in that range ERA. It's now 5.44. I said he was starting to feel it again, starting to feel it in his young career, and he's pitching a lot better recently. Yusei Kikuchi gets the ball for the Blue Jays. Normally gets rocked by the Orioles, but I believe in the last start against Baltimore, that was when they kicked it around and gave the Blue Jays the win. But he was dominant in that game, I believe. I could be forgotten about that game. Game 2, there's no pitching matchups lined up, but I'm guessing it's going to be Gausman for the Blue Jays. And again, nothing for Game 3, so I'm guessing it's going to be Barrios for the Blue Jays. I'm guessing that's how the three-man rotation is set up for this Baltimore set. It's 7:05 first pitch on Thursday, on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, all 7:05 first pitches at Camden Yards. Oriole fans, I'll tell you one thing. As much as I don't hate you guys, and I don't hate your team, and I've talked about it so many times in these videos, the Blue Jays desperately, I mean, my God, desperately need some wins here. I'm not saying go easy on them, but can we win a couple, please? We're going to need it. So, yeah, I'm just going to put that into the air and see what happens. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and the W today, because the lucky bucket's on, and the Jays have won 2 straight, and the offense have scored 14 runs in 2 games, and they've got a ton of hits recently, and Bo Bichette's back, and everything. The good vibes are there, so hoping it continues. Hit that like button, I do appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button, you guys not already. We're that close to 10K. Let's see what we can do. Twitter, Discord, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff is down below, so follow up there if you guys have not done so already, and I'll talk to you guys. Of course, I'll be here Tuesday night, but it'll be later than usual upload, so it'll be around midnight, 1 o'clock range, right? Between the Jays and Orioles, Game 1 of the 3-game set at Camden Yards. Yusei Kikuchi, Grayson Rodriguez is the pitching matchup there in Game 1 at 7:05. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the W today. We'll talk to you guys then.